Okay, so this is for my love of marriage, Huntsville folks. Can I tell you, I am so disgusted with the show. And my only question to Carlos King is, at what point are you pulling the plug on it? At what point are you pulling the plug on it? The way they treated Mel on the show, that Mel exited for her mental health and her kids, good call on Mel. But I think now we're understanding, we're seeing the power of a Mel in the show. Mel was carrying the show. And now the person up front is proving that they aren't equipped to carry a show because Leticia Scott, and I want to be very careful here because as a person with a lisp, right? So not so much as speech impairment, but I speak with a lisp, and sometimes that comes through, and sometimes people don't like listening to me speak because of my lisp. So I have empathy for her. Now she's talked, at the beginning of the show about having a speech impediment and how people made fun of her, and she's always been self-conscious about it. And I am very conscious of my lisp. And so certain times I try to be very intentional about keeping my tongue behind my teeth so it's not so pronounced. I don't think Tisha is doing anything to improve the way she speaks because the way she speaks, coupled with her immaturity on camera, is not a good look. And I'm so disappointed in her because she was presented with such an opportunity to do something really transformative with the show to prove to us that they didn't need a Mel to make the show work. They didn't need the drama of Mel and Martell to make the show work, that they could carry the show on the strength of their marriage and their relationship. And you see her being a mean girl to everybody. Tisha lacks emotional maturity in that when something is said or done to hurt her, rather than having a conversation about why she was offended by it, why she was hurt about it, she falls into this passive aggressive nonsense. And Destiny is not wrong. She does have friend Tourette's. You don't know if you when you show up to a lunch or a brunch or a drink night with Tisha, whether or not you're in good standings or she's pissed off about something. And that is in fact true. And rather than take that criticism and say, let me sit with that, she decided to make it this big thing with Destiny. And ironically, Destiny, who pulled a stunt with Mel, because everybody was going against Mel, and so Destiny decided she was going to pull a stunt too. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend. The only relationship Destiny and Tisha had was because they both fell out with Mel. But when you build a friendship or supposed friendship on the hatred of somebody else, that friendship is not going to last, and this is why it's falling apart on the show. And Nell, I listen. I like Nell. I think Nell is well. I thought Nell would have been a great addition as an older statesman on the show to be the person that gives wisdom. And Nell, as a mom with adult children who will not let me run their lives the way that I think it should be ran, I understand your frustration with your adult children. But mama, you've got to get a better handle on the way that you deal with stress, anxiety, and conflict. Like flying off the handle, going off all the time, and being stressed. Like you're gonna put yourself in an early grave. Like stress is a killer. No, your children are adults. Set some boundaries around them, and then it's on you to hold the boundaries, not on them. If your son Lance brings his child over, and you say, if you tell me you're coming at 10 o'clock, you need to be here by 10 o'clock. Hell, 9:59 to come and pick up your child. If he does it the first time, there shouldn't be a second. When you set boundaries, it's not for the people that you're setting the boundaries with to enforce them. That is for you to enforce. And Kimmy, oh my God, I when I first started watching Love and Marriage Hospital, I thought Kimmy was a very astute, very neutral, not messy kind of woman. Boy, did that change. Boy, did that change. And Kimmy, here's my assessment of you. I think you're being a busybody in the friendships between Leticia and Destiny and Nell and everybody else because you are incredibly unhappy in that marriage with that husband of yours. You are married to a man that does not respect you. You are married to a man that sees you as a body to be fucked. That's how your husband views you. And I think you're so unhappy with him. And because you're not really ready to address that, you are busy bodying in everybody else's relationship. Tisha and Destiny, Tisha and Nell. You're being the bone carrier because you don't want to deal with the fact that you're married to a man who does not respect you as a woman. You are a body and a resource for him to keep a home and to raise his son. You have a son that says he doesn't feel like the man you married and have been in a relationship with filled that father void because he wasn't there to do that. He was there just to fuck you. And this is why even when you had cancer, you had to be on your back. Because you don't want to deal with that. You're busy bodying in the friendships of Mel, not Mel, Tisha, Nell, and Destiny. And Trisha, my God. Okay. Carlos, we could wrap the Trisha We could wrap Trisha up. I don't think this woman knows what honesty is. And listen, it's hard. It's hard because you have an idea of how you want to present yourself to the audience, and it's what the audience is seeing from you. I don't find you to be an honest person, Trisha. I don't believe that you're an honest person. And here's why I don't believe you're honest, because I don't believe you're actually ready to live and speak your truth yet. And if you would give the audience the truth of who you are and this relationship with Ken and how it started and what it really was, you probably can win the audience over. But we know that you lie, and we know that you're lying. So we can't invest in you. Carlos King, call me. Okay? Call me. There's a lot of things I know. But what I know best, I know people. Call me. Because this show could be good. This show could be good. But I think your jealousy, Carlos, of your star, Mel, is what drove her away, because you wouldn't protect her from a man, Martel, that was physically intimidating her, and she wasn't physically safe around. And that's not something you should have allowed as the producer in a workplace environment. Now, this show can be salvaged. Give me a call, though. I'm going to tag you, Carlos. Call me.